Welcome, dear traders. I wish you a happy Saturday. It's time for our weekly MK block summary. Looking forward to this. Some very interesting moves. And yeah, compared to other weeks, this week was a bit more tricky, a bit more advanced, I guess. Let's get into this. So we start with Bitcoin. On the 16th of August, we had the beautiful medium-term stop accumulation below the price and dumb money longies, so we knew that it wants to take that. And not only did the algos take that level, but they went all the way down against the dumb money longies. Yeah, so we had long activity on the dumb money side in Bitcoin. Therefore, a big down move pushed by the smart money algos. So that's how this works in crypto as well, not only in Forex. And then longies bought again, and the price went down again. Okay, below the 26,000 level. So yeah, there we go. And the metals also, like gold here on the 16th, brutal moves against the dumb money longies. We see the green bars, the dumb money buyers, so we know it's gonna go down. The reverse gray pattern on the higher time frames, the stops below the low, the squeeze going on. So gold went all the way down against these dumb money longies. Boom. And went for the stops and killed them off. Yeah, that's how this works. Silver similar, so here on the 14th we had an OSD there, but also longies dominating in silver. And then like gold, the continuation of the down move all the way down against those dumb money longies. They took the OSD almost with a pin, then went sideways. So big killing there. Okay, let's go to the Forex markets, our main focus here, the euro dollar, the biggest market. So we have an expanding squeeze also here. The dumb money longies are trying to buy euro dollar, and we can see it better here on the 15th on the forward chart. Above the price, we have all the dumb money longy positions. The algos are not keen on letting the price go up and let those get into profit. So this is a natural, actual resistance on the upper side. So we know the outlook is bearish there. And it turned up with the news, but then right after it went all the way down towards the low, cleared the low against the dumb money longies. And this translated in that dollar strength. Until Friday, there was a bit of a pullback because some shorties finally came in. Yeah, so big down move, dollar strength because of the dumb money longies and the algos crushing them. Same like in gold, same like in Bitcoin. And then in the end, in euro dollar with a bit of shorties, so immediately a pullback up in order to serve the shorties, pricing in the shorties. That's how this game works. So next week there could be a bit of pullbacks for our reversals if more shorties come in. That would be the theme for next week after these extended moves this week, to have some reversals. Okay. And here you see again on Friday how we had the big down move. And then here below the price we have the shorties, which is why it does a pullback. This is how this works. Yeah. We know how it is. Kiwi, similar thing. So of course the dollar pairs all moved in a similar fashion there. So here you see on the 15th of August, Kiwi went all the way down against the dumb money longies. Okay. And then did a pullback to clear the OST, but here on the day chart you see how also overall with dumb money longies going in since last week and the continuation of the down move against the longies. Okay, that's how this game works. And big killing of the longies. They are all in drawdown, they are all in loss. Okay. Australian dollar similar with this beautiful OST trade. At the beginning of the week, it took exactly the target as expected on the 15th. Nice trade there. Then, okay, that should elaborate. That was a bit tricky. So suddenly we had shorties coming in. So this looked like a long trade for reversal. However, what happened is those shorties left, like you see at 10, okay, at 10:37. So the shorties are no longer in the current money histogram, so they left the market. So I immediately closed my long trade and took a little loss there. Because when the shorties leave, the idea is over. We can't insist on the long trade. Yeah, rare that they leave so quickly, but here it happened. So this is how this game works. And overall, similar thing like with Kiwi, of course. Went all the way down until at least in the end some shorties came in and did a pullback. Yeah? So also here the longies got slaughtered, which in the fall chart looks similar to euro dollar even overall. Yeah. And again here we could have some pullbacks up next week, especially if shorties come in. Cable was a bit different. So Cable had some shorties at the beginning of the week, so went up against them. Then had an MTS below the price, which was very tradable, and took it with a pin exactly here on the 18th. But was a bit more flat in the week, you see. So that was more for range scalping. Euro pound, it went all the way down against the longies at the beginning of the week. It took this big MTS as predicted last week. So that was finally cleared. And boom, look at that. Took all the lows on the 4-hour chart against the longies, expanding longies. And here you see how they also go down against the dumb money longies. The same theme here in EG, like with the other ones. Yeah, euro pound. So extended to the downside. Okay, let's look at the pairs which are kind of reversed, like dollar cut, which usually is inversely correlated to euro dollar. And here we go. We have shorties and dollar cuts. So it went up as expected. Remember, we knew that when the shorties came in, they will go up and not down. They cleared all the moving averages. So yeah, they went up against the shorties and dollar cut. They did the reverse. That's why they're negatively correlated, because the dumb money tends to trade on the opposite side. That's all. Yeah. And here on the 18th, you see how they just went up during this week against the shorties. As simple as that. This week, we saw the market just, you know, thriving into one direction to kill off the positions which are caught. As simple as that. Okay. Yen pairs, same thing. So in the yen pairs, we had dumb money shorties. You remember from dollar yen, I predicted last week already it will go up higher. And of course, it did it. Yeah. Shorties coming in. LTS above the price, dumb money sellers in the market, so boom, they go up against the dumb money sellers, getting them to draw down, taking out their stops, okay, and pulling up until Friday, where suddenly then they did a pullback down once some shorties left the market, like you can see here. Yeah? Then they filled the OST on the 1-hour chart, yeah, and did a bit of 4-hour reversal. If more longies come in next week, they can do a proper 4-hour reversal down, so keep that in mind. Yeah. The other yen pairs similar, but we come to that. Let's first look at Euro Aussie here on the 16th. MTS below the price, but again here we have shorties in the market overall, expanding squeeze, so bullish, and it went all the way up, cleared the high, and then at some point finally lost a bit of momentum on Friday. Okay, and here we could also see a 4-hour reversal if some longies come in and some shorties leave the market next week. Pound Aussie, similar thing, took those beautiful 2 MTS, which was an amazing trade, then had a new MTS below the price, and then all way up against the shorties, which were expanding, clearing the highs, just killing the shorties there. You see the dumb money, whether they buy or sell, they just get taken out, and we saw a typical squeeze week this week, where the smart money algos just push in one direction and take them out and don't care for anything, okay? Pound yen, similar to dollar yen, shorties in the market, expanding squeeze, LTS above the price, we know it's gonna go up. That's what it did, yeah? The 16s, boom. Expanding shorties, up against the shorties, we've seen it so many times, until Friday also, they suddenly had some shorties leaving and a bit of a pullback to the old option strike target. Okay, but again, a new MTS above the price, okay, new pullback. Okay? Euro yen, same thing, so shorties in the market, and they're gonna finish them off like in the other yen pairs, and the same on Friday also did a pullback down towards the OST, filling it in the end. Yeah, so that is a typical squeeze week. Okay, that's like a market mode where we don't have much range trading, we don't have many MTS trades, but instead the market is just going into one direction, driven by the dumb money flow. No dumb money switches, the dumb money just keeps on trading on the same side, like in the dollar pairs on the long side, and the yen pairs on the short side. So the algos are just going after them, going out of the range, okay, overextending and taking all the stops where the reversal traders hope that the price will suddenly reverse and let them out, which doesn't happen, okay? Never be on the receiving side in the squeeze mode, okay? I have to say this so many times. Do not trade against the squeeze. Do not try to trade reversals against the squeeze. You will end up on the dumb money side, and they're gonna go for you. And certainly don't do so without a stop, because then you will just get into a massive drawdown, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And people think, oh, what goes up must come down. No, that's not true. It doesn't hold in forex. They can just go into one direction and finish off the dumb money positions by taking their stops, by putting them into margin calls and giving them loss. Okay. So a bit more advanced this week compared with other weeks, I would say. You remember, like 2 weeks ago, we just had very easy 4 weeks, I would say, trading left and right, making pips left and right. Then after 4 weeks, as I predicted, the market got a little bit more trickier, let's say. And here we see also with a typical squeeze week like this, I think it's a bit tricky because the markets just push into one direction without, really going anywhere else. And, like they just want to finish off. And that's what they do. They go after any reversal systems, any A's and traders who are focused on reversals. They must have had a very bad week because those market modes do not favor any reversal system, okay? And even the trend traders, I mean, we are already in a situation where the markets are overstretched. So there are no trend traders which can enter at such a late stage, you understand? So they just caught the dumb money, they saw the squeeze, and the algos finished off the dumb money, as simple as that, okay? So less short-term trade opportunities this week, less MTS and OST like usual, and you could just trade and ride it, and the ones of you who did that, well done. Just like go on the side of the smart money and just ride the whole thing like here up, okay, against those shorties. All right, nice one. I hope you're all good. I wish you a great weekend. All the best.